guys.
How did you feel about that fourth quarter? Kind of had shades of 2020 back against Arizona. What were your thoughts?
Well, yeah, it was the situation where we needed to go down, we needed to score in order to give our team an opportunity to be in the lead. I think our guys did a phenomenal job not losing their composure in the heat of the moment. Especially with the plays that happened prior to us getting that, thing going with that shot down sideline to Tyreek. I'm just very proud of our guys, and our defense, they only needed one stop, and that was at the end of the game. And very proud of them how they went out there. They didn't let really anything hinder them from continuing to press forward, continuing to play the things that they play. And like I said, I'm just really proud. It's always tough to come into another stadium and come out with a win. And so that's a tough team, and we're very glad that we got to get the win.
So talk a little bit about the resilience of this football team. It was a slugfest, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You guys just kept answering the bell.
Yeah, I think the motto that we took into this game was literally just focus on this play. Focus on your assignment, that whatever that assignment entails during that play. Don't worry about anything else. Like, don't worry if we're going to run the ball the next time, who you're going to have to block. Don't worry what route I'm going to tell you you're running next. Defensively, don't worry about if they're going to run the ball or if they're going to play action or if they're just going to pass. Like, don't worry about that. Whatever at that moment, to be present, whatever at that moment that play entails for you, just do that and worry about that. Because the game is hard enough. So.
Mike McDaniels and just his play calling and some of the opportunities that he gave you guys.
Yeah, he gave us a lot of opportunities to push the ball down the field. And then, we had some unfortunate things that happened to us as well. Like I said, I'm really proud of our guys up front. I'm really proud of our guys overall offensively. There's a lot of things that didn't go right, but no one blinked. Everyone came back into the huddle. Everyone was laser focused, and whatever we had called, those guys just went out there, they ran it, and I had to be a point guard for them.
Hey, Tua, real quick on the fourth down.
Steve, what's up?
What's going on?
How you doing, boss? Good.
On the fourth down conversion, which ended up leading to the touchdown score, what was the thought in going for it there? Was it because you're kind of in no man's land, or Mike just being aggressive at that point?
Can you remind me which one?
I want to say it was like a 4th and 7. It was on the drive when you dropped it into Tyreek. 4th and 7 when you dropped it into Tyreek.
It was the last touchdown?
Not the final one in the third quarter. You guys went for it on 4th and 7.
Oh, yes. It was leading up to. Correct. Yeah. Well, for me, I got to see the sticks and got to know where our guys are. Jalen was first in my read, and Jalen sort of slipped. I believe it was a 3-man rush, so I was able to maneuver the pocket, step up, and as I was looking at Jalen, sort of brought all those guys with vision on Jalen outside in, and Tyreek was streaking down the sideline one-on-one, so just try to throw it out there and let him run under it.
What's it like to have a weapon like Tyreek for a quarterback, and it almost seemed predestined, like he was going to make a play to win the game. What's it like to have that kind of weapon at your disposal?
You guys see what he can do for defenses, the problems that he offers, his speed for one, his ability to catch the ball, and man, I got to find a way to stop this guy. Catch the ball, and he can turn a 2-yard route into a 20-yard route, things like that. And what helps him is the other guy we have on the other side, Jalen Waddle. Although Jalen didn't get as much burn today as Tyreek, it just tells you about the competitive nature for both of them, and it tells you, the great teammates that both of them are. And Jalen was super excited when Tyreek caught his first touchdown on the sideline, and then when Tyreek he led us down there for that final drive. So, it's a team sport. We're very excited to have the guys that we have on our team. Like I said, it's tough to come out here and get a win.
So, I know last year went the way it did. Did this one mean a little bit more?
Well, they all mean a lot. It's tough to win games in the NFL. They got a lot of really, really good talent on their side. And you come out every day preparing day in and day out and hoping, for this result to get a win. And, I think there's a lot of things that out there that are underrated in terms of, the things that our coaches have put out there. For instance, the ending of our second quarter deal. We were able to kick a field goal there, but no one's necessarily looking at that. They're looking at the last touchdown. And points matter in this league. And to me, that was almost all the difference, in winning and losing this game.
Tua, I know that you're looking at the fact that you won the game. You're looking at it from a team perspective. But I'm going to ask you to look at it selfishly for just 1 second.
How?
This is your first game since Christmas. You've waited a long time for this. What were you feeling before kickoff? How satisfying is it to come back and be as successful as you were today?
I was just really excited to be out there again. I don't think anything else relates to the adrenaline rush when you go out there. You got the fans. Even when you're warming up, you can smell the popcorn. There's just a lot of things that you just can't really emulate. And being able to go out there with the guys, it was awesome. And I was just very appreciative of the opportunity.
Were you shocked to see the amount of Dolphin fans that were here on the road for this game?
I really wasn't, because last year I felt like it was sort of similar to this year. We had a lot of Dolphins fans come to the last year's game. But yeah, shout out to the Fins Nation. They were probably just as loud, if not a little louder than the Chargers' home team. And that could have made all the difference as well for their communication. So shout out to Fins Nation.
What separates a lot of the good teams in the NFL are the teams that win close games. So what's it like, first game out of the chute, on the road, and you have a tight game down to the wire, and you come out of here with a win?
Yeah, it feels good. Feels good to win any game, regardless of how you win him. Regardless of how you win them. This isn't the first time a lot of the guys on the offensive side of the ball have seen this. We've been able to do that last year, but the resilience, the focus that these guys needed to have today. It's the first game. You don't necessarily know what to expect from their team, and I felt like they did their best. They gave us their best shot. They ran almost everything that we've seen watching film. So, yeah, it feels really, really good to be able to come out with a win.
What's been made about this 2020 QB class you were part of, just, with Joe and Justin, with what they did? What does it mean for you to put up, you and Tyreek, to put up the top 5 best passing and receiving days in an opener in league history?
Yeah. Well, I don't look at it as, hey, I'm competing to be better than this person, better than that person. My job is plain and simple, and it's to help our guys win a football game and help our guys, or help lead our team to where we want to go to, and that's the Super Bowl. So I don't look at it, in that sense, and I don't look at it as this guy's doing this guy's doing that. We're all different players. Joe plays different than the way I play. J. Herb, he plays different than the way I play. And so you take it for what it is, and you're not playing against them. You're playing against their defense. So. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tua.
Tyreek will be next.
How's it going, Tyreek?
It's going good.
How do you feel you're on an accelerated pace for for 2000. You made a statement game one. So
Oh yeah. It's good though. Very grateful to be in this position that I'm in. It means a lot, coming from a small town, being able to play on this platform. I'm very grateful. Very, honored to be in this position, and I wouldn't take it for granted. So I was telling the guys today, right before the game, I'm like, we're playing on the Lord's Day, so let's come out here and let's ball, let's have fun, and let's play fast and deliberate. And yeah, man, I don't know. I kind of went into a zone there.
I feel like there are so many throws and catches to ask you about. Let's start with that 35-yarder down the sideline for the touchdown when you were hyped coming around the side of the field. So yeah,
our coaches, they do a great job on, giving the defense a certain look. So I was inside releasing the whole game, and that's what the corner was expecting. So inside released the whole game, and Mike and Tua, they came to me. They was like, "What do you think about Z Sky?" And I was like, "You know what? That sounds like a great idea because I've been releasing inside. The corner isn't going to be expecting me to release outside." And sure enough, I hit him with an inside move, and I was wide open. I was able to use my speed. Tua delivered a great pass, and I was so hyped though because that dude, J.C. Jackson, hell of a player. He had just caught a pick, and I'm like, we need some momentum. So I got us.
What about Tua? We've been waiting to see him, since he went out last year.
Right.
How the day he had and the way you connected with him all afternoon.
Bro, Tua's a baller, bro. I've been saying this since last year. I've been an advocate, for him. And like he definitely showed it today. Even during halftime, he was able to come in, get guys going a little bit. And even on the sideline with me, he's like, "Hey, Cheetah, let's get it, baby." Big time moment, big time players make big time plays. So he kind of leaned on me a little bit towards the end, and I mean that just means more targets for me though, and I kind of enjoy that. So.
Well, Tyreek, you had 15 targets, so that final drive though. This is the league where the final drive matters. The poise and some of the plays you guys were able to execute. If you could just walk through some of the big plays, including your catch, and then the TD catch.
Right. That's just that's what training camp moments are for. I feel like me and Tua, and the rest of the guys and the rest of the pass catchers, we've been working our tail off on being on the same page. We meet together, after every practice, and we just try to find ways, to just be in the right spot for the quarterback. And the advice. We actually got that advice from the great Dan Marino, actually. He was like, "You guys need to start meeting together after practice and don't meet with y'all position coach." So we decided to start meeting together. And ever since then, it's like everything's been on the same page with Tua. Everybody's been on the same page with Tua. And that last drive was a perfect example of it.
Was that this year that Dan gave you that advice?
Yeah, that was Dan Marino, the great Dan Marino.
He did that like this offseason?
No, it was actually preseason because I just so happened to be at the bar in a preseason game, and I walked in. He was like, "Hey, Reek, man, you've been doing a great job." And we began to talk about practice and stuff like that. He was like, "Yeah, you guys need to start meeting together. I used to do that with all my guys back in the day, and we used to be on the same page. So Tua went to Bev, and we just came together. Started watching film every day after practice, and it's been working wonders."
I know it's just game 1 of 17, which you hope is more.
Right.
How satisfying is it? You said you wanted to start off with Los Angeles. How satisfying is it to come here and kind of get the stench of last year, kind of start the year off?
It feels good. It feels good, man, to come back here, and win a tough game against a tough opponent. They have great talent on that side of the ball, and I'm just glad that we started with this game. Last year those guys they did a great job of pressing us. So I feel like this year, like I've been saying all offseason, we had a chance to go back and get a full understanding of the offense, and you see that the results were different. So.
Do you feel unstoppable? Like they're going to throw it to you and nobody's going to be able to cover you because you had so many big plays today?
I mean, I always feel like that. I always feel like nobody can guard me. As a competitor, I mean, I feel like if you ask anybody in our room, they'll say the same thing. Can't nobody guard me or them or just. I just feel like that's just a competitive mindset. I want the ball. Well, that sounds kind of like, crazy, but yeah, like I just feel like can't nobody guard me.
You told us that last year you really got by mostly on athleticism.
Right.
The first time now that you get to apply what you've learned in the offseason,
right.
You feel more second nature and instinctual?
Oh, man, like everything was more fluid this year. Because last year, man, I was just banking on my speed and just banking on me just outrunning guys. But this year, I was in my bag a little bit more on release moves and just, routes at the top and stuff like that. That's how I was able to get my first catch. I had a dagger. Last year, we ran the same exact route, and I wasn't open. But this year, it's like a whole lot different, like because I know how to run it, and I know exactly how many steps I need to be at and stuff like that. So, yeah, everything was different, man. I'm not just counting on my speed. Obviously, after the catch, I am, but yeah.
And Tyreek, speaking of in his bag, how much was Mike McDaniel doing that for you this game?
Oh yeah, he was definitely in his bag. I definitely got to give him a shout out. Also, our offensive coordinator Frank. Those guys do a great job of dialing us up, setting up plays. Also, just aligning plays for really just everybody to make plays. So those guys do a great job of just getting everybody involved.
Tyreek, you passed the in the game there were a lot of fans here from Miami, I guess, who were supporting the team.
Oh yeah, I seen that. Shout out to the fans.
Yeah, and you see the section. You threw the ball over there in the section. How much energy did you guys feed off of that, just from having the crowd support?
Well, I definitely caught a cramp after throwing that ball up there. I shouldn't have been so hyped. But besides that, it was definitely like a momentum swing for us. We definitely needed that. Defense had just got to stop, I believe. So us being able to like come off a turnover, defense get a stop, and then score, that's definitely huge, especially for a young team. So I just feel like me being that captain, man, I got to be that dude. I sometimes got to get out of my shell, and just turn up, man, and just show people that, I really. Maybe I'm not a cheater, I'm a lion, baby. So.
Terry,
damn, I ain't see you down there.
Tell us a little bit more about these meetings. How long do they last, and what do you think is the main gain that you get out of it? Is it getting down your timing or exchanging ideas on plays that you feel most comfortable with?
Nah, it's not about that, man, because I feel like the players, our job is to play, so we just leave, play calls and all that to Tua and the offensive coordinator and the head coach. It's just about, just understanding coverages together and just being in the right spot for Tua. So we ran a bunch of out routes today, and we knew that we was going to get a certain coverage from them. And just being on the same page about, hey, Tua, I'm going to take this many steps, or if he does this, I'm going to go inside, or if he does this, I'm going to keep going over the top. So just small things like that. But the main thing is just understanding coverage, because obviously this offense is about timing, and if it's not on time, then it's either a sack or something much worse. So, and we don't want that. So we want to be in the right spot for the quarterback.
That's all we have time for. Sorry.
Oh.